It's like the main where they opened it. I just say, yeah, I got bit by a shark. All scars from not IVs. The other one is just like, yeah, I was in the war for a couple of years. Nobody believes me on that one though. Will Bowman, 14 years old.
We met through school in baseball. He was on my bus when we didn't really like each other.
And then somehow we were like friends all of a sudden.
But we kind of started talking about baseball, and that's how we were friends.
I wanted to interview Dr. Lane because he's my doctor and he knows a lot about who I am and what I am and how my heart functions and everything. Dr. Lane, he's a funny guy.
I'm Peter Lang. I'm a pediatric cardiologist. The way hearts are usually made, they come basically in two sides. And one side pumps blood to the lungs, and one side pumps blood to the body. I'm going to draw a simplified picture. We're going to call this the right ventricle. And it normally gets blood from the body and sends it off to the pulmonary artery, which goes to one lung or the other lung. And then blood comes back to another pumping chamber, which is called the left ventricle. And it goes off to the aorta. And the aorta takes blood to the body. We've managed Will's heart so that he doesn't have a good right ventricle. So blood goes directly from the veins to the pulmonary artery. And so he has one ventricle that pumps blood to the body, and then blood goes directly to the lungs. And so a lot of this is just plumbing, but it's pretty fancy plumbing.
How big was my heart when you performed surgery on it?
So the rule of thumb is that your heart is about the size of your fist. So when you were a baby, your heart was about the size of your fist when you were a baby. So sort of walnut size.
Can you tell me how my heart will affect me in the future?
I hope that it doesn't affect you much. It's not quite as efficient as people whose hearts have two ventricles. But as you know, you can currently do sports without a great deal of difficulty. I think that we are a little bit cautious in what we say is good for you or not so good for you, but we want you to be active and to participate in sports activities. And we think that should continue for years and decades.
Alright, now it's time for the personal questions.
Personal about you or about me?
You. What is your favorite sports team?
So the Los Angeles Dodgers are my favorite sports team. I like the Boston Red Sox a lot because I've lived in Boston for 35 years.
What is your favorite thing about being a doctor?
Seeing how the field develops. Seeing things what things were like 5 years ago, and 10 years ago, and 15 years ago. We do things so differently than when I started doing them. And so I think what I like about it is it's not doing the same thing. I do different things now than I used to.
Thank you. Appreciate this conversation.
Thank you.